celebration and all that jazz on Boston Common tonight. And Santa delivers an early Christmas present to Patriots fans. Evening, everyone. I'm Tom Ellis, and here's what's happening. Dramatic new developments to tell you about tonight in the NTSB as it prepares to release its official report on the crash of that TWA Flight 800. In an advance copy of that report, released just hours ago, investigators reveal that temperatures in the plane's center fuel tank could have been well above explosive levels even before the plane ever took off. And tomorrow, the NTSB opens a week-long hearing into that explosion. Reporter Christine Negroni has more on the findings and a preview of the biggest hearing in NTSB history.
Among the 230 people aboard TWA Flight 800 were 19 who probably did not die from the initial explosion that brought down the 747. NTSB investigators will report on that and other details when the public hearings begin on Monday. The public will also learn that investigators who studied the autopsies were apparently frustrated that pressure to identify the victims quickly may have caused the Suffolk County Medical Examiner to conduct less than thorough examinations of the bodies. Injuries ranging from burns to broken bones can sometimes help experts reconstruct what happened in a crash. But in the case of TWA 800, no clear pattern of injuries emerges. As preparations for the public hearing begin, 500 reporters were given stacks of reports on paper and CD-ROM that document what is known so far about the explosion that brought down Flight 800. Those documents are also available on the NTSB's website. The Safety Board says the upcoming event is the largest and most complex hearing ever held. Still, when the week-long event ends, officials say there will be no final determination as to what caused the crash, a situation that frustrates some attendees, the people who lost a loved one in the crash and now view with suspicion 747s, specifically old ones like the one that crashed.
Stop all 747 Series 100, ground them until they have replaced, until all the safety recommendations of the NTSB have been implemented.
This accident investigation and the ultimate actions by the FAA can't turn on emotion. They have to turn on science and research.
The Safety Board will present a videotape of its own creation showing an animation of how the plane probably came apart. And though it's not expected to shed any new information on the cause of the crash, the release of the transcript of the final words of the TWA 800 cockpit crew will also be a dramatic event. Christine Negroni, CNN, Baltimore.
Extensive information on the investigation is now available on the internet, and the address is www.ntsb.gov. Some theories, but no answers yet in the deadly crash of that Russian military transport jet. At least 62 people died when that huge jet plowed into an apartment building shortly after takeoff yesterday. Investigators are looking into several possible causes, including pilot error, improper fuel, and inadequate de-icing in the frigid Siberian weather. The plane's black box flight recorders have been recovered, and they've sent them on to Moscow for analysis. Remembering the day that changed the course of U.S. history, veterans gathered at the Charlestown Navy Yard today to observe the 56th anniversary of the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Japan's surprise attack plunged the United States into World War II.
It's a dreadful thing, but your mind always goes back to it.
The attack lasted about 3 hours on that dark day, and when it was over, 2,400 were dead, 21 U.S. ships were sunk, and 185 planes destroyed. Last week, they were nationally recognized for their efforts to keep the peace on the streets of Boston, but tonight, Gang Peace is focusing on the holidays and making sure that some local kids have a chance to enjoy the spirit of this season. And Prime News reporter Audrey Leganis joins us from Boston now with more on the Gang Peace Toy Drive. Evening, Audrey.
Good evening, Tom. We're here outside Gang Peace headquarters in Dorchester. You know, this is an organization that does its work right out here on the streets of Boston, trying to offer gang members alternatives to crime. Well, each year, Gang Peace organizes a toy drive to try to reach out to some of the littlest victims of drugs and crime. But this year, donations have fallen far short. They've got about 900 toys, but they need 1,000 more.
This is the donation department. This department works hard.
Gang Peace's Rodney Daly and his team of volunteers have been working the phone since August, but their pitch isn't for money, it's for toys.
The thing that's different about this toy drive is that we know that a lot of the recipients that we're giving toys to would either not have a toy because of the low-income family, or not have a toy because of low income, and whatever income is around might get turned into drugs or turned into alcohol.
But this year, the Gang Peace toy drive has come up short because of additional referrals from groups like the United Way, who have an overflow of needy families.
This unexpected referral from United Way and some other sources has put us like almost 250 to almost 300 families behind.
Oh, thank you so much. That's wonderful. Thank you for donating. You're welcome.
But some businesses have already come to the rescue. The Balloon Shop in Lexington is among those who have donated toys to Gang Peace.
This is an organization where you know what you are giving is really going one-on-one directly to the children. There's no wondering what's really happening to it.
If you'd like to donate a toy, Gang Peace asks that it be in good condition and in its original package. It's also a good idea if the toy is something that stimulates the child's imagination, like this model airplane. But Daly says the toy drive isn't just about toys. It's about addressing the problems of Boston's inner city as a community. It's about Gang Peace's mission of reaching out to individual gang members and their families. In Boston, Audrey Laganis, UPN 38, Prime News.
And as Audrey indicated, if you want to help the Gang Peace toy drive, it's not too late. You can drop off a toy at their address at 318A Blue Hill Avenue in Dorchester, or you can give them a call at 617-442-1919, and they'll come by and pick up your donation. Well, no need to dream about a white Christmas in Erie, Pennsylvania, where they are digging out from under 3 feet of snow tonight. The National Guard was called out to rescue hundreds of motorists stranded on local highways. Airports were closed, and the entire area basically came to a standstill. But the weather is cleared, and now the residents are dealing with the cleanup. New England certainly caught a lucky break with our weather this weekend, and here's Joe Joyce now to tell us if our streak might continue with the Prime News First Forecast. Hi, Joe.
It sure does, Tom. Looks like we're going to see more sunshine in the way of the forecast. We've seen a good amount of cloud cover around much of New England throughout the weekend, except for southern New England. They've seen a good amount of sunshine. But the cloud cover is along with an area of low pressure that brought significant snowfall up to northern Maine throughout the weekend and also over the Great Lakes with lots of lake effect snow. Finally, it is losing its grip. It's going to allow for all these clouds to start to break up during the overnight and eventually clear out of here. And the sunshine is eventually going to allow for all this low-level moisture to start to burn off. So a drier forecast. We're looking for partly to mostly sunny skies for tomorrow. Temperatures right around 35 to 45 degrees throughout the entire New England region. Of course, I will have all the details of what you can expect for the rest of the week in a few minutes. Tom?
See you soon, Joe. Thank you. Boston police continue their search tonight for suspects in a deadly drive-by shooting. 21-year-old Kashun Osborne was killed by bullets that flew through the Roxbury neighborhood in broad daylight yesterday afternoon. 22-year-old James Daniels remains in serious condition tonight at Boston Medical Center. The police are looking for a green Dodge Intrepid spotted leaving the scene. So anyone with information is asked to call Boston Police Crime Stoppers. 5 Boston youths will be arraigned tomorrow, and they'll be charged in an alleged racial attack against 2 women in a South Boston housing project. One of the women allegedly was kicked. The other had a bottle thrown through her bedroom window. Police say they heard one of the suspects shouting racial slurs at one of the women. The other 4 suspects were arrested when they tried to flee the Old Colony project. Public demands to drain the Quincy Quarry are a little closer to reality tonight. Last month, 2 bodies were discovered in the Granite Rail Quarry, and now it appears the state officials are seriously considering draining the 240-foot deep water hole. A massive undertaking would involve disposing of 140 million gallons of murky water, as well as decades of junk, including several dozen stolen cars and possibly more human remains. Divers pulled one of the bodies out of the quarry, but they're still trying to locate the second one. Well, the under-30 crowd might not even know who he is, but during the turbulent 60s, Daniel Berrigan was a household name. A 76-year-old Catholic priest inspired a generation, and today he was back at it in New England. UPN 38 reporter Julia Bovey has more on this.
They packed the pews at Belmont, Massachusetts First Church. Many had to stand in the back. The excitement in the air was palpable.
Hi. difficult to know what to say to a household word, but we're honored to have you here.
Thank you.
Daniel Berrigan, the 76-year-old Catholic priest, made his way to the pulpit and inspired these Unitarian parishioners with the same honesty and courage that made him an anti-war hero in the 1960s and 70s.
The work of our lives is the truth and goodness and godliness of what we do not give up on, what we explore ever more deeply, the faces we look into, the hands that we touch, the lives that we refuse to refuse.
Most recently, Berrigan himself has refused to refuse the lives of AIDS patients, caring for them in a New York hospice.
There's human need all over the place, and Boston has a lot of misery, as New York does, and to connect with that is very important.
Daniel Berrigan has long been a hero to many in this socially active congregation. His visit reminded them of how much work they have left to do, but also of how far they've come. Indeed, for people here, Daniel Berrigan is a living reminder that working for social justice and peace is always possible, even if the goals seem as elusive as ever. In Belmont, Julia Bovee, UPN 38, Prime News.
Still to come on Prime News this evening, oh baby, there'll be triple and quadruple the number of presents around these Christmas trees, and we'll take you to a holiday primer next. Less is more when it comes to estrogen therapy. Details in tonight's Health Check. And political opposites share the stage at the annual Kennedy Center Honors. Stay tuned.
The best news at 10. This is UPN 38 Prime News. Far-sighted Jamie needs some glasses.
Because you're getting older.
Really? Where's your hair?
Do you want to go there?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Monday night at 6 on UPN 38.
When Christmas shopping comes around, I go to Walmart. I can get everything from our decorations to the kids' toys, anything that I need.
I more or less push the cart.
I do the work. Bill supervises. We've got children's spread all over this world. So if I find something that's really neat, I'll just buy like half a dozen. I love to find a great deal, especially at Christmas time. We get the stuff, box it up, out it goes. Walmart has helped me save money for 30 years.
Log on and tune in to UPN38.com. Cruise our shows, our stars, our team. Talk back, be a part, and get Planet Direct, your localized, personalized web service available free at UPN38.com.
The future of television news will not be on TV. NECnews.com. Introducing news on demand from New England Cable News. For the first time ever, click on the stories you want to see and watch them right on your computer screen. Just have time for the headlines? NECnews.com. Need to check the weather, traffic, or catch up on an important story you missed? NECnews.com. This is the future of news. NECnews.com from New England Cable News. The news you need is online right now.
People come to Easton Butcher Block for high-quality, reasonably priced furniture made right here in our Providence factory from our own New England hardwoods. Hi, I'm Joel Scanlon, and you probably know we're famous for our elegant dining tables, but did you know we have over 100 different types of gift items, specially priced $29 to $99? Magazine racks, cutting boards, bar stools, TV stands, microwave carts, knife blocks, and of course, butcher's blocks. Your choice is obvious, so why not stop by one of the 8 Easton Butcher Block locations nearest you?
Health Check tonight. Lower doses of estrogen appear to be sufficient to protect women's bones from thinning after menopause. The researchers say half the usual dose of estrogen protects them from osteoporosis and has fewer unpleasant side effects. Now, the low dosage is also good for cholesterol, suggesting it might have a significant potential for protecting postmenopausal women from heart disease. Many women are leery of estrogen therapy because studies suggest it might increase the risk of breast cancer. 2, 3, 4 times the fun this holiday season. There's an organization called Triplets, Moms, and More, and it held its Christmas party today, and as Prime News reporter Sandra Bailey shows us, Santa has his workout cut out for him in this crowd.
This Christmas party is billed as being for families of multiples. It's a first for the Driscoll quadruplets.
We found out last year, 6 days before Christmas, that I was pregnant. So this Christmas will even be better.
They are 4.5 months old. Cullen is the oldest by about a minute. He's the jester. Riley and Killian reportedly like talking to each other, and Emma is Grampy's girl and laughs when the boys cry. Life has certainly changed in the Driscoll home.
Totally transformed the house into baby central. But we wouldn't change a thing.
Not to mention logistics. The Driscolls are lucky to get help from their community.
We had a week when they were all sick and they were going between 15 diapers a day. So it was each. So that was 60 a day.
The one thing all these families have in common are triplets or more. And on the minds of many of the parents here are Kenny and Bobby McCoy back in Iowa, and their septuplets who would fit in very well with this crowd here.
We haven't had any problems with them. Given our experience, I wouldn't mind 7.
Husband Marty Cabrera might disagree. When he found out they were having triplets, he was scared.
The responsibility was overwhelming. You know, that's the first thing. When I found out they were all girls, the first thing I thought about 3 weddings.
This party is a chance for parents and children to share their unique experiences. Organized by Dawn Selena, a nurse and herself a mother of triplets.
Every night I go to bed, I say, thank you, Lord, so much for these beautiful children.
And so she says there's no better reason to throw a party. Sandra Bailey, UPN 38 Prime News.
Well, temperatures are fairly mild around New England this time of season. Temperatures are in the 30s. Lots of clouds around, kind of acting like a blanket, helping to keep the warmer air along the surface. But as the clouds start to break up during the overnight, it's going to allow for some of that heat to start to escape, and temperatures are going to be falling back into the 20s and even a couple teens in some valley locations. Area low pressure that brought in lots of clouds and some significant snow up into the northern parts of Maine and also over the Great Lakes, where they saw up to 10 to 35 inches of snow throughout the weekends, finally starting to lose its grip to, I'm sure, the relief of many. Breaking skies eventually clearing with some northwesterly winds, high pressure building in control. It's going to allow for some more sunshine in here for the next couple days. This El Nino storm now affecting the southeast is going to remain to our south, but our next weather maker right now is affecting California with some more rain showers. In the higher elevations, they are expecting around 2 to 3 feet of snow as well. So looks like we're about next for a real big snowstorm. Now let's take a look outside at our forecast for the overnight. We're going to see for gradual clearing, 20 to 30 degrees. For tomorrow, skies become partly to mostly sunny. A couple patchy clouds will be out there, 35 to 45 degrees. And tomorrow night looks like a clear and cool night, 20 to 30. A couple teens will be around New England as well. Your extended forecast shaping up to be okay. Mostly sunny all the way into Tuesday. We will see increasing clouds by midweek and a good chance that we'll be seeing some snow by the end of this week, come late Wednesday and into Thursday. Looks like we could get a little messy, and by next Friday and Saturday, I think we'll gradually start to clear outside.
This is not a bad way to start the week, Joe.
No, it's a good relief to many, I'm sure, because up towards northern Maine, they saw several inches of accumulation.
Thank you, sir. Sports up next here. Patriots fans breathing a little easier tonight. Jimmy Young will be along with all those details.
All I care about is love.
And the cast of Chicago was jazzing it up at the Boston Common tonight. We'll be right back.
On the next episode of Seinfeld. If you know what happened in the Met game, don't say anything. I taped it. Hello. You got any meat? Let's face it, a date is a job interview that lasts all night.
Monday night at 7 on UPN 38.
Over the river and through the woods. Nah, Granny can wait. Right now, get a great lease deal, like $289 a month for 36 months and $21.08 due at lease signing. And the all-new, completely reinvented 1998 Isuzu Rodeo.
First time you try a Tobler chocolate orange, please be compassionate and knock it out before you eat it.
Black and unwrapped to enjoy smooth chocolate with a touch of orange flavor.
Tobler Chocolate Orange, now at Trader Joe's.
I work for home health care.
and I take care of elderly people who are unable to leave their homes. At Christmas time, my patients need a lot of extra help. With Ada, for example, I'll sit down and make out a list with her. The first place that comes to mind for either of us is Walmart. Gifts, decorations, perfume. She really enjoys Walmart because of the prices, and it's inexpensive and within her budget. Sometimes I feel like Santa's little helper. I couldn't possibly do it without Walmart.
Well, the Patriots got just what they needed today. They needed a great performance out of quarterback Drew Bledsoe. They got it. They needed a great game plan by their coaching staff. They got it. They needed a win on the road against a quality opponent. They got it against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Leadership, passion, emotion, and physical play, all missing elements for the Patriots this season, all were found in Jacksonville on Sunday. Ben Coates bowled over the Jacksonville secondary to set up the Patriots' first touchdown in the first quarter. That coming from Drew Bledsoe to Troy Brown from 9 yards out. The Patriots led 13-0 after one quarter and had already set the tone for the game.
He really had control of the game, and I think it was quite clear. I liked he got jacked up in the game, showed a little emotion, had some fun, got pissed off a little bit, did all the things that might happen in a game, and showed you real leadership and great play for us in a big game.
Drew Bledsoe put on a show late in the first half when he marched the Pats 78 yards in a minute 13, capped off by a Ben Coates 5-yard touchdown reception.
You know, we've had yet to play our best football, and you know, not to say that today was our best football we can play, but I think we took a step in that direction.
Leading 20-7 at the half, the Patriots defense held the Jaguars in check behind 4 sacks, including one by Ted Johnson. It was the final 2:15 of the game that got a little hairy. Reggie Barlow's 92-yard kickoff return pulled the Jags to within 6, but that's as close as Jacksonville would get as the Patriots hand the Jags their first home loss of the year.
It was a big win for us, man. There's no doubt about it. You know, to come in here and play against a quality team, playoff caliber team in Jacksonville, and you know, for some reason, you know, we just been able to play well against these guys.
And if we were able to play the way we all thought we were capable of playing, we'd still be in the same position we were last year, and that's what we're trying to shoot for.
The Jets and the Colts and the Tuners are fading fast. The Colts beat them today off the fake reverse. Jim Harbaugh to Marshall Faulk. He goes 58 yards down to the Jets' 7-yard line. Yes, that set up a touchdown. It was a big day for Marshall Faulk. He rushed for 133 yards, and this 2-yard TD makes it 22-0 Colts. They win it 22-14. This is the Lions and the Dolphins. Dan Marino to Troy Drayton to make it 7-0 Dolphins. Then Barry Sanders, watch him go. He almost gets caught in the backfield, but, you know, almost doesn't count with Barry Sanders. It's his 12th straight 100-yard game. This game, just 1 point different between these two teams, Dolphins and the Lions, in the fourth quarter. Steelers and the Broncos, of course, the Steelers coming to Foxborough next week. Cordell Stewart to Yancey Thigpen. Hey, Thigpen had 3 touchdowns on the day. That tied it up at 21-21 in the second quarter. Fourth quarter, it's Cordell Stewart. He accounted for 5 touchdowns for the Steelers as they beat the Broncos. On the NFL scoreboard, we have the Bears over the Bills. The Rams beat the Saints. The Ravens over the Seahawks. The Chiefs blanked the Raiders. The Falcons beat the Chargers. The Packers knock off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, clinch the NFC Central. The 49ers over the Vikings. The Redskins beat the Cardinals. And the Giants win over the Eagles. Super Bowl weekend concludes today as 3 more high school football champions are crowned. And we've got a complete wrap-up. We'll start in Division I. Everett and Bridgewater-Raynham. Everett's Diamond Ferry with a 4-yard touchdown run. Then Everett's Michael Borganzi, another touchdown run, and Everett beat Bridgewater-Raynham 21-10 in the Division I Super Bowl. Division II, Wakefield and Central Catholic. Central Catholic's Niall Murphy with a touchdown pass to Thomas Donahue. Central Catholic beat Wakefield 34-16. Division V, Boston English and Greater Lawrence. This game tied up 18-18, under 2 minutes left. Watch English's Conroy White. He'll take the punt at his own 49, turn the corner, get a great block. That's right. He's gone for the winning touchdown as English beats Greater Lawrence 24-18. BU and BC in college hockey this afternoon. Second period, game tied at 1. Drury fakes out the goalie and scores. Chris Drury puts BU up 2-1. Less than a minute later, though, Clemenson will misplay the puck. It bounces out to Uhavori. He finds the open net. BU beat BC 5-1. Both of those teams ranked in the top 10 in the nation. And North Carolina's women's soccer team beat UConn to win the NCAA Women's
Soccer. Yeah.
Soccer.
All
Women's
right.
soccer.
And next Sunday is going to be a barn.
Saturday. Saturday afternoon at 4, Pittsburgh and New England at Foxborough.
All right, Jimmy, thanks. Next up here on our news tonight, the tree wasn't the only thing lighting up the Boston Common today. A special performance from the cast of Chicago when we return.
Hold that thought.
I swear to God, this entire city has lost its tiny rain-addled mind.
Dr. Crane, we're still on the air.
The natives are restless.
I thought they were trying out a new cappuccino maker. I turned and saw 3 tables hissing at me.
There's always tomorrow.
Suspend me? What's he going to put in my time slot?
He'd have to run the best of Crane.
What'll it do on the second day?
On Frasier.
Monday night at 7:30 on UPN 38.
Monday on UPN. Get ready for an hour of Eddie.
Ain't no way I'ma fall asleep.
Kick back with America's wildest funny man.
Eddie! Eddie!
You'll see him jump over a sofa, go out on a ledge, even swing from a helicopter.
I'm coming, Mama!
No pratfall is too dangerous.
Bing, bam, boom.
No punchline too outrageous.
Say, Ed, I lost my first patient today.
Check your navel.
It's Malcolm and Eddie, back to back with Malcolm and Eddie. 2 special holiday episodes Monday on UPN.
7 of 9 now, 7 of 9 then. From Machine.
I'm just giving you back what was stolen from you. That life is yours to live now.
Don't want that life!
It's what you are.
To human being.
This is where it began. This is where I was assimilated. This was our ship. We lived here.
Be there for the shocking transformation. Star Trek Voyager. UPN Wednesday.
Rebel rocker Bob Dylan was among the honorees tonight at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. President and Mrs. Clinton recognized several celebrities for their outstanding lifetime achievements. Other award recipients included Republican actor-activist Charlton Heston and actress Lauren Bacall, soprano Jessie Norman, and ballet star Edward Villella also were honored in a gala performance. It'll be aired on December 26th on CBS. And that's all our time for this Sunday evening, but we're going to leave you with a final note from tonight's Christmas celebration on the Boston Common, featuring a special performance by the cast of the musical Chicago. I'm Tom Ellis. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next weekend.
Next.
Susie Doran, straight-A student, always feeds the cat.
Very nice. Let's give her a Dish Network digital satellite system.
Sir?
Dish Network, the 18-inch satellite dish. It's the best value. It delivers 40 of America's favorite channels for just $19.99 a month. That's much less than cable for a lot more channels. It offers digital pictures, CD quality sound, and an easy interactive program guide. Best of all, an entire system is only $199. It even comes with a free self-installation kit or $50 off a professional installation if you order today. It's the perfect gift for the entire family. Next.
Ed Rogers, Little League coach, always remembers his anniversary.
Dish Network. Next.
J.R. Murdoch breaks promises, overcharges on his paper route.
Let's give him cable.
Call 1-888-770-DISH now or visit Sears to enjoy Dish Network's great holiday offer.
I spent my life studying water all around the world. Hello, I'm Dr. Sylvia Earle. These days, city water is in the news. That's why I recommend filtering your drinking water. But not all filters are the same. Compared to Brita, the pure water filter is more effective. Pure removes the microorganisms Brita can't. And Pure removes 98% of lead. It even shuts itself off when the filter needs changing. Pure uses a higher level of technology for great tasting water. So until your city gets one of these, get Pure.
For great tasting, healthier water, call 1-800-214-8282 now.
You'll receive an informative brochure and the location of a retailer near you. And for a limited time, you'll also get a valuable rebate for up to $5 off the purchase of a pure water filter. Call 1-800-214-8282 now. Remember, a higher level of clean is pure.